Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. So the second game of the what are they calling it? The Prospects Challenge happened today. Montreal won 4-1 against Boston Prospects. So we've got that to talk about. A little bit tired. We can talk about that if you want, and whatever else you guys want to talk about. So if you're here, please say hi in the chat, and we'll go from there. I know there's one comment, and there are 4 people here. Awesome. Guru, hey Guru, how's it going, man? Thanks for being here. So if you want to talk about whatever, I don't have anything prepared because we had the game this afternoon, and there's just no other news other than this tournament right now in Habs world. So we can talk about whatever you guys want. So if you're here, say hi and ask a question or make a statement or post. I don't know if people post memes and stuff like that. So, oh, my nose itchy. So there you go. Whatever you want to do. Sorry, I had some for the broadcast. I was drinking an energy drink, and I think I'm having that crash, so I'm kind of tired. So a little under energized here, but talk to me and that'll help change that. So I'm not convincing anybody to talk to me. It was a good game this afternoon. I enjoyed it. Habs played, to say that they played better. They played against a team that was weaker, whereas last night they played against a team that was stronger than them, and that's the difference. So I expected them to win, and they did. Quentin Miller looked really good. In nets, I think he was the main standout on the team. Joshua Roy looked good. There were a few guys in there that looked really good. Mishak continues to look good as kind of a grinder, two-way kind of center. So that was my takeaway from that. Mayu looked better today. Mayu had a horrible night last night, and he looked a lot better today. So that was nice to see that. But he's got some work to do. Any prospects better than I anticipated? No, I wouldn't say that. No, because some of these guys I've seen before. They, Trudeau last year, and I've seen him in a couple things, development camp. Simoneau, I've seen. So I had those expectations of them already going in, and they lived up to that. No, nobody comes to mind, to be honest with you. Quentin Miller, I guess. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know much about him at all. So I guess, I don't know that I anticipated him to not be good, but I didn't know anything about him. Go from last night's game. No, because Beck stood out. I expected him to. Heineman had another good game today, too. I expected him to do that. So, no, I don't think so. Also, when I'm doing the games like that, I can't pay as much attention as I would if I was watching it, with no live stream going on. So there's that. That's a bit of a problem for me. So other than that, hey, Shazlan, nice to see you early. How's it going? And there's not much of a gang here yet, but listen, there's 14 people. Say hi. Just see what Shazlan and Guru did. They said hi, and then you can say something, and we can have a conversation. And hey, Joe, good to see you back. At a better time for you, I would imagine. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Am I wrong? I don't know what time it is there. Okay, Ray, enough. I did not hear a thing. So, Ray, stop barking, please. She doesn't listen to me, by the way. So, just like typical of a girl. Hey, Rick Bangle, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? At least I'm pretty sure that I know you. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about something. Emil Heineman did not blow me away so far. Did not. Really? Well, I don't know who you were watching. I thought Heineman looks good out there. I think Heineman's got I'm not saying he's going to make the team out of camp, but I think he's got a chance. It's 11:05 a.m. Oh, Oh, that's true. You said you were just getting up. What am I thinking? It's only a few hours later. I'm being an idiot. Awesome. Very warm outside. Not here. It was a nice day. The day was warmer than I thought it would be, but no, it's cold at night here. We're into kind of like early fall weather already. I say early, like like a couple weeks into fall, a month. He is okay. Joshua Wah was better. Wah 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 wah. That's why a junkie calls him Wah Wah. Wah played pretty good. I definitely, nice goal he scored. Yeah, I like what I've seen so far. 2 games from Wah. Simino, if Simino had some size to him, man, Simino's got passion and drive, and he's got skill, and he's just got no size. Hey, Andrew, thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you. Hang on a second. I haven't had one of these in a while. Andrew says, "Hi, Rick. What is your feeling about the Habs playoff chances this year?" Oh, um, not much. I mean, slim to none, really, if you ask me. I think they might play well enough that for a certain amount of time they're kind of in a playoff run. I don't know how deep that run will go, though. That's the thing. But you never know. But I don't expect them to make the playoffs. No. Josh Wawa. Well, it's hard to say Wah if you can't. Like I don't roll my R's very well. So if you can't roll your R's, to say Wah properly is not easy. So there you go. But thanks for the dono. Appreciate that. Got to have a draw soon. Just that nothing. It's got to earn a certain amount of money so that it could pay to ship it, because shipping it costs like my arm. But yeah, I'm going to do a draw soon because the season's coming up, and I promised I would do that. So you get in there again, Andrew. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's see. The day you head to Melbourne, the predicted max is 15. The day before in Sydney, predicted is 35. Yeah, it's kind of like it was here. Kind of like that here at the end of the warm weather. Ellen Keefe. Hey, Ellen, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Excited to watch hockey again. Yeah, it was interesting today to see. I just wish the feed was better. The feed was kind of sucky, or it's my eyes, one of the two. But other than that, yeah, it was good to see hockey. On the 25th, the first preseason game gets a little better, and we get some actually, hopefully better hockey. And then I'm expecting some good things. Not miracles or anything in the season, but I'm expecting some good things, and a team that's a little improved, some more scoring, that kind of thing. Like I'm expecting that. Gisela says, one thing for sure, Boston future gonna suck. Their cupboard is empty. Well, they were, when it's gonna happen in Montreal again at some point, right? If they do maintain a level of sort of looking for of consistency in being a contender. Boston's been that contender for a long time now, and that means not great draft picks, and they might have even done in the trading and stuff and trade away a lot of their picks, and their cupboard is empty because of that. So it was looking like maybe Montreal's only going to beat them 2-1, and I thought that's a little disappointing because they should be a lot better than Boston, and they didn't really show it till the second half of that game. But it is nice to see hockey again. Did I see Meshar was playing center today? Did you see a difference in him on wing and center? Played better, I guess. It didn't stand out for me, though, Meshar, but I noticed him a little more than I did last night. Is he going to play center with the Habs? Probably not, though. I don't see that, so we'll see what happens. He is going to go to Laval. It's pretty much already been decided that he's going to Laval. So, yeah, I don't see him making the team. Matter of fact, I'm not sure how many of these young kids are going to actually make the team out of camp. You know, unless all of a sudden we wake up one day, oh, Joel Armia has been traded, and they've moved some, some bodies out. I don't know, because Luca made a really good point last night about these guys making the team. If they're not making the team and playing lots of minutes, if they're making the team, not playing lots of minutes, what's the benefit of that to your top talented prospects when they could be in Laval playing lots of minutes and getting better and developing faster? That makes a lot of sense. So I'm not expecting. I don't know how many spots are going to be open. To be honest, we've already got Harvey Pinard needs a spot. Slavkovsky needs a spot. Like Ulinen, So I don't know. I don't know how many of these guys could make it this year. Wouldn't make too much of these prospect games in regards to the Habs' upcoming season. I wouldn't take too much. No, these prospect games are really it's an evaluation thing, right? They want to see where they're at. That's all, and what they need to get them to start working on this year, right? In their development, right? You got to see them play some games, and then you can make some development plans. These guys play all over the world, different teams. You want to have some input into what they're doing, to develop over there. That's what this is all about. It's not about winning and losing, really. It's not. It's just that their Habs are a better team than Boston prospects. Should have won today. They did. Buffalo better than our prospects right now because they've had so many years out of the playoffs. They've had great drafts, whatever, and now it's paying off. So, that's what you're seeing. My opinion. What's my opinion on Riley Kidney? You see that hit that he took? You wouldn't know he took a hit. Boston guy went after him, slammed him, and the Boston guy was on his ass, and stronger than I thought. He had some. He played well today. I thought, I saw him do some things. Noticed him out there. He's got some development to do, though. He's not ready. Did I give up smoking? Yeah, I know I haven't yet. Not that. I gave up cigarettes a few years ago. So yeah, I haven't smoked a cigarette. It's got to be about 3 years now. If not a little over, a little under, somewhere in that area. I don't remember the exact day I quit, but I was walking the dog. I took a couple of cigarettes with me, and I smoked them, but it was a long walk. And on that, I said, these are the last cigarettes I'm going to smoke, and that's it. I haven't had one since. Mayu needs defensive work in Laval. You needs defensive work, yeah, or won't make the Habs. He won't make the Habs this year, but he should be able to improve. I think so. You saw from one game to the next, right? He was a little better today. So this kid's going to get better. Just he didn't play enough games over the last 3 years. Played 90, what did they say? 96 games in the last 3 seasons. Not enough hockey for a talent like that to develop. It's just not enough. And as much as we wanted to deny that and go, yeah, he's good, whatever, it proved out that they were right. He needs more games. So he's going to Laval. We may see him in a call-up for a game or two during the season to get an evaluation. I think near the end of the season to get an evaluation. But that's it. I don't think he's going to Laval. Do I feel better now as opposed to what? Did I say I was not feeling well? I just said I was tired. That's all. No, I'm still tired. I was drinking energy drink before, and I guess it's about the 5-6 hour mark. So that's when you start to crash a bit. I'm not going to fall asleep or anything, but yeah, I'm just feeling a little. I'm not going to drink any more of that stuff like now, tonight, this time. You're like ridiculous. So to answer Alan's question, I was just about to do this. So there you go. There's your answer. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, since I still smoke this, but yeah, I do notice a difference, 100%. I was just thinking about that before, actually. Yeah, if I was still smoking cigarettes, and yeah, I don't think, yeah, I do notice a difference. Do I feel better? Well, I'm older, so I don't know if I feel better, but as I cough, right? But yeah, I mean, definitely. And I haven't really, I guess because of this, I haven't really craved, you know, to smoke a cigarette. So I haven't. Okay, let me get to my Renegade Man. What about the goalies? Anybody impressed you? Dobish was good last night. I know he gave up 6 goals, but I think that's the defense gave up like Mayu. um, Dobish was good. I liked his tracking. He made some really nice saves. Like I thought Dobish played well, and Quentin Miller today too. I mean, he only gave up the one, made a lot of saves, and I thought he was good. So, goalies tough to try to predict, but they look good so far. And tomorrow, I guess we'll see the third goalie, Spoonar, who's on a tryout. Where am I? Rick Flower. Hey, Rick. Cheers. Just start age. What? An HBT's set. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember, I'm old. Do you think Ray or Ray? I see Ray or Beck could make the Habs or play in Laval? As I was saying, I think Beck has a chance to, depending on what's going on with Dvorak. Doesn't look like he's going to be out as long at the start of the season as they thought. I could see Beck making it for that reason. Play third line center, give us, a few games, maybe as much as 9, and then send him back to junior. As far as Roy, I think he's going to have to, listen, if he's not going to play in the top 6, like if Roy makes the team, but he's going to play third or fourth line, why? He could be in Laval playing lots of minutes, and that's way better for him. So unless he's going to play in the top 6, why is he going to make the team? That makes a lot of sense to me. Is that what that means, Rick? No, I don't do those things. I don't. This is the way I smoke. Brad. I don't have any hockey cards ready to play the hockey card game, so we can't do that. So I apologize. How are we in the same boat, Gislain? You don't smoke. I do. You said you're heavy as hell. 300 and wait. What's a KBS? I don't know what a KBS is. Kilobytes. You're 318 kilobytes. I'm under 200 now. Like I was I think about 215 while my COVID weight, but no, I've dropped weight. I'm under. Last I checked, I was 195. So on the way down, I'd like to drop another 15 or 20, and we'll see. But Dard, I just saw one of the goals. Well, I just saw one of the goals before it got. Um, um, awesome move, like a toe, like I don't even know if you call that a toe drag. He just the way he changed the angle on the shot so quickly. Yeah, Connor Bedard's going to be fine in the NHL. I know he's not playing against NHL kids. I get that, or NHL men. Connor Bedard's going to be fine. That was an amazing shot he took. And he scored, obviously. Well, you're tall. I'm only 5. Well, used to be 5'9.5". I'm only 5'8", just a little over 5'8" now. I shrunk. But you know what else didn't shrink, though? That did not shrink, okay? To be honest, for a while playing in the top 6, something will happen to Josh Anderson. Well, I think, Roy will get some time. I think if there's an injury. But really, if he's not playing in the top 6, why is he playing here? Because that's where he's going to be. He's going to be a top 6 player, So you want him to be doing that in Laval if he can't do it here. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna make it or not this year. Well, Ghislaine, I'm nine. I'm nine and well, I don't know when you turn 52, but I'm 9 years older than you. So Rick. I grew up this way, and I've tried everything else. I've got all kinds of other things, and this is what the only thing that's satisfying, really. So that's why I still do that. It's not great for my voice. I noticed that. It's okay, just I figured it out. I was just bugging you. I think you can make a game show with that hockey card game on CBC. You know what? You're probably right, Brad. You're probably right. It's not my idea, so I mean I don't know that I'd go pitching it, but I got that from someone on Twitter. But you know what? I think you might be right. In Canada, I think you might be right. I never thought of that, but that's not a bad idea. And you know what? I don't know where to get enough of these cards to do it, or do I have time? But if I ever do, it's not a bad idea for a weekly show. You do an hour of that once a week. That's not a bad idea. I keep that in mind. But I definitely think you're right that on the CBC that would work. Am I playing old timer ball hockey? Not with my knees. I can't run. I mean, I could run a little bit, right? Whatever, but I can't run to play ball hockey. I'd love to, though. Like, it's not like I would love to be able to actually, I'd rather play old timer ice hockey, but I can't do that. Parker Jones is a monster, just not talented enough. I don't know. He plays both offense and defense, so I don't know. He's big, 6'7", yeah. Rick, definitely better than a beer. For me, listen, everybody's it's their own choice. I'm not telling people what to do, but for me, without a doubt. Semino's 5'7", just I saw. I'm not sure if I'm correct if it was Gerby, but take on or try to take on someone like Chara in a game. Like, the guy has balls anyway. Balls are probably bigger than he is. Is Parker Jones able to fight Ghislaine? Why would he want to do that? By the way, I don't know if people in and out, but if you're thinking of leaving, you're not allowed, man. Yeah, just give a thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate that. And yeah, then you can go in and out as much as you want. That's what she said last night. I don't know why these things don't stay lit for me. All right, what are we going to talk about now? Habs prospect. That didn't come out right. Habs prospect got depth but no offense. Gordon and Hughes need to get some offense. Definitely won't disagree with you there. And they had a good opportunity this year, I know, and they didn't, and they took Reinbacher. I'm still happy with Reinbacher, but yes, they've got to. You know what? If they play the cap right with Carey Price's contract, by the time this team starts to get into the playoffs, they'll have the money to go out and get somebody as a UFA. Plus, our offense here is pretty young. These guys are going to get better and score a lot more goals. So there's that too. But yeah, right now, the offense isn't the best part of the prospect group. Although we got 4 goals today, so it depends on the opposition. Well, we're talking about Parker Jones there. Ghislaine, I'm not sure. You're saying that big guy doesn't want to fight. Yeah, and he doesn't seem to fight. I don't think he has the talent, though. I don't think he's going to make it. He's an AHL player, I think, at best. Gislain knows a lot about, like, I find Gislain has a lot of information, either at his fingertips, because whatever, but he seems to have a lot of these little facts and knowledge and stuff. Andrew says, I'd love to see Parker Jones versus Jack Eye on pay-per-view. Probably Jack Eye takes him because Parker Jones doesn't seem like a fighter. No, we don't. Listen, if Parker Jones is not good enough to play to play on the Habs, and I don't think he is, then no, I don't want him in the lineup. Let Toronto and Boston have Lucic back. Let them have those guys, wasting a spot, and that's fine with me. But I don't think Montreal needs to do that. George Larac grew to hating fighting, that's for sure. When he got here in Montreal, he decided, I think he had a couple of fights, and then he just said, I'm not fighting anymore. And he didn't fight anymore, and that was it. Going from comparing height with prospects to becoming future sports TV execs on here. How did we get to that? I don't remember that. My memory's not great, though. Remember that. Short-term memory loss. You'd like to see Rick fight Ringo in a 10-round, no-holds-barred tussle. Who's Ringo and which Rick we talking about? Not me. Who's Ringo? Ringo Starr? I could fight Ringo Starr, probably. Considering he's got to be, 20 years older than me? More? I could fight Ringo Starr. I don't know how old Ringo Starr is, though. I don't think he wasn't the youngest of the Beatles, so he's not, young-ish. You want to see me fight Ringo Starr? Really? Oh, now I get where you get it from. You know what? I'm an idiot. Now I get where you get it from. I didn't realize what I'm wearing. Yeah, I forgot I'm wearing a Beatles shirt. Duh, I'm a Bobo sometimes. The game isn't tomorrow. I was wrong on that. The game is actually on Monday. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. I will be doing the game. So if you can make it, we'll have some fun, hopefully. And it's Ottawa. I think you're playing Ottawa, so we'll see what I don't know what Ottawa's prospect group is like, to be honest with you. I fear it might be a little better than ours. Boston has a weird lineup this year for left wingers. Did I see something about they're talking about moving Marchand to center? Was that right or wrong? Or I thought I saw that. I don't care. I think Boston drops out. I mean, Boston's going to drop out of the top 4. I don't see them. I don't see them making the playoffs. Who was comparing her height with prospect players? I didn't see that. Hey, Rams, is it 1:30 on Monday? Where did I see? Somebody looked it up for me actually earlier. They told me 2:30. It's 1:30? Well, 1:30 then. You know what? I believe you because that's what I thought it was tomorrow at 1:30. And I got that wrong. Obviously, it's Monday, so it's 1:30. So I definitely believe you on that. But I'm glad you said that because I would have gotten the feed early and it would have said what time and I would have fixed it, but I would have been screwed up. Guru says Slav seems to have put the time and effort in to improve his play this summer. Not that he will tear up the NHL in points, but hopefully he's more of a threat on the ice and keeps his head up more. Yeah, I think and he slimmed down a little bit, and I think he's gonna, like you say, I mean, he's not gonna be a force yet, but I think we're gonna see progression there. I think we're gonna not be. He was kind of frustrating last year, right? We were expecting more, and we shouldn't have been, but we were, and it was a little frustrating. I think this year, I don't think we're going to be frustrating. He's going to look okay, and play pretty well. I think. I think he plays here in Montreal. I just don't know where at this point. Like, I don't know where. There's so many guys here. I don't know how it's going to shake out. Is what I'm saying. That's why I don't know how many of these kids are going to make it this season and on forward, because I don't know how it's going to shake out. There's just too many guys that could make the team. So we'll see. But I think we're gonna, third line Gallagher, probably fourth line Armia, because they're not gonna waive him and send him to Laval, because it makes more sense to send a kid to Laval, like Luca was saying, and have Armia play the fourth line minutes and not some kid who should be playing more minutes. That makes a lot of sense to me. So, I see. I'm always open minded. I might have an opinion, and then when I hear other people talking, whatever, and I might form a new opinion because you get new information. So and I'm a bit like a woman. I'm allowed to change my mind. It's my prerogative. Okay, that's the woman side of me. I heard that their first line center this year is Pavel Zacha or Charlie Coyle. Yeah, I heard the same thing. They still have time to. You never know. There might be a move made, but they're not. I doubt they're going to make the playoffs. Joe, go right ahead. You do that. Just don't take time away from me, okay? No, just letting you. Coyle and Zacha. Imagine how Tyler Seguin would fit perfectly in that lineup right now. They've got to do a rebuild. And that's what happens when you lose players of the kind of caliber that they've lost recently. I wonder if Pasternak is like, oh, geez, should I re-up for 8 years here? What was a bad trade? Not just in Montreal. Don't know what you're talking about there. And Joe, 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday for what? 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Is that Monday? Is that what it is for you? 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday for that game? Oops. They wish they got Scheifele. Who wishes they got Scheifele? Not us. Oh, Boston. Yeah. I mean, the asking price was probably, and besides, what has Boston got to give? Their cupboards are a bit empty. What are they going to give back to get a Scheifele? Bad trade Seguin to Dallas back in the days. I think because Seguin was a bit wild, is what I think, off the ice. There was something to do with that. There was something about him they didn't like. I don't know what it was exactly, but I think it was nightlife. So I think that was the reason. Just that they don't have picks to trade, though. I think they moved picks over the last bunch of years to keep that lineup in contention, kind of like Toronto's done. Which trade we talking about? Oh, that's for Seguin, right? They gave up on him. There was a reason, though. I'm pretty sure it was his off ice behavior or his partying, something like that. That's a pretty stiff price, though, Gislain. Come on. And listen, Sagan, he's not a kid anymore. And if they keep doing that kind of stuff, they'll not have a rebuild. Right? Because if Boston's on their way down, well, they're going to start getting good draft picks. And is Sega enough to offset their drop into the standings? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But maybe not for 3 years. Maybe just for 1 or 2 of those years. I don't know. I don't know how old Sega is. Does anybody know? Scheifele now considered as a team poison? Yeah. Fitting, though. That's pretty fitting. About time, too. I mean, I don't like the guy ever since the hit on Evans, but not just because of the hit, but just because of the attitude after and the lies. You know, I believe he was lying about it, but Scheifele's not a player I like. If BL was here, he'd put him on that list. He's probably already on the list. What do I expect to happen with the goalie situation? DeSmith's going to get traded. I mean, they told Jake Allen that he's going to stay, right? That he's going to stay with Montreal. They're not trading Monty, not to keep DeSmith. DeSmith's 32, Allen's 34 now. So like that's not happening. So they're going to trade DeSmith. Maybe Allen. I don't think they would have told him that and then trade him, but you never know. But I don't think so. And they're going with Monty and Allen. They're not keeping all 3 goalies. I mean, they're not. They need spots on the roster, not for a goalie, you know. So, you know, I don't think they're going to take up an extra spot on the roster for a 3rd goalie. Hughes need to get Nylander. No. Or Pedersen. Nope. Not next year. And listen, we don't. One of the reasons, first of all, they're too expensive, and we don't need them right now. There's no need to get guys like that, especially at that money. No. Now, when you're talking 2-3 years down the road, that's a different story. That's a time when they'll need players, you know, an elite player. I don't consider Nylander elite, but elite players by UFA or trade, but not now. I wouldn't do that. Scheifele was considered a future Jets captain, but he was preferred by Adam Lowry, or they preferred Adam Lowry. Joe, I believe Monty will definitely stay for a while. He has to prove it yet, though, because if you look at his numbers, you know, and that's what people who are not Monty fans. I mean, you're looking at the numbers, and they're not great. I get that, but if you look at the eye test, you see a guy reaching his prime who is getting better. There's definitely a surge in his talent level. And I saw a quote from Carey Price that he says this about Monty, that he has the right personality. It takes a certain personality to be a successful goalie here in Montreal. That's what he said. And he says he thinks that that Monty has that personality. Does he have the talent? I believe he does, but he still has to prove it. I mean, that's definitely a truth that he still has to prove it. But I think he does. I think we'll see an improved Monty. He'll get a contract offer, and he'll get better over the next, 2-3 years. I don't think we've seen his peak. And I hope not, because, I mean, obviously that's not good enough yet. You know, I know that. But, you know, if he improves this year the same amount that he improved last year over the previous year, it's going to be a pretty good improvement. That's what I'm saying. And especially Monty might be having he's got a good goalie coach and Carey Price there to lean on and to help him out. I think that's pretty good. So does he have the talent? We're going to find out. Habs are allergic to talent. Well, I don't think that's fair to say because that's what you're saying. David Reinbacher, not a talent. David Reinbacher going to be a really big talent, and I'll repeat this. I'm pretty sure I've said this before on air. Reinbacher comes from the Swiss League. In the Swiss League, they track all the players from a certain age. I think 15 to 17. They track all their games, or 15 or 20 games a season. And this is globally. So from every country, and they track them. So the players that were going to be in this draft, the Connor Bedard draft, they had David Reinbacher second best in the draft behind Connor Bedard. So, he's a talent. So they're not allergic to talent. You could say they're allergic to offensive talent, but I don't see it that way because, as I said, Kirby Dach's going to produce more. Newhook's going to produce more. Nick Suzuki's going to produce more. Cole Caulfield's going to produce more. Monahan, if he's healthy, you're going to produce. Andy's going to produce a little more. You got to that's where the offense is coming from. But they do need to get some elite offensive talent in the draft if they can, and or at UFA when that time comes. I'm a Habs apologist. I'm not. I really believe what I'm saying. But some people have called me that. So I drink the Kool-Aid that they're selling. I don't, though. That's what I do is I have my own opinion, and I read, and I hear other people talking. I read, and I might not have thought of everything or seen everything, and then I like some things. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'll change my opinion. I have no problem to do that. I don't think there's anything wrong. If you're close to changing your opinion because of new information, well, then there's something wrong with you. And I'm not. There is something wrong with me, but it's not that. That is what it is. I'll remind you to please give a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Not the face. I get that, but the conversation and all that. Don't just forget the faces there. If you like everything else you're seeing, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. How's that? It's a deal. Yeah. If the goaltending is not bad, and if we stay away from injuries, we should be in a playoff race until March. I don't know if I go that far, but I'll say I could see it into February. I think at some point they're going to drop out of that race. I don't think they have the talent yet. There's too many young kids here that I don't know that they have the what's the word I'm looking for? That they can stay in it that long, this year, and every year it's going to get better, and then 2-3 years down the road, then they're going to make the playoffs. I think without a doubt. I don't think they stay in that playoff run that long. Now, other teams could have injuries. Things happen that could change that and allow them to stay in longer, but you can't predict that. Well, it would be nice if they could invent the self-lighting rolling paper. That would be like if someone would invent that for me, I would love that. I mean, I only go through 2 lighters a day, but if gold, I read that just because we passed over Michkov and Wright and Cooley and prefer someone else does not mean we are allergic to talent. We will take Connor McDavid any day. I'm not unhappy they passed over Shane Wright right now. I didn't think they were going to go for Cooley. I'm very happy they took Slavkovsky. even if Michkov turns out to be an elite NHL player, I'm still happy they took Reinbacher. I know that doesn't make sense. There's too much unknown about Michkov. Like there's too much just unknown about Michkov. I don't think it was a good chance for them to take. They needed to hit a home run with Reinbacher. Maybe they hit a home run. It only went 500 feet, and with Michkov it would be 600-foot home run. But they hit a home run with Reinbacher. I'm happy overall. Jeez, he went out again. I talk too much. I could see Habs go against the grain again in next year's draft. Pick up a forward in a defense stack first round. Well, they don't listen. Defense is set right now. They don't need to take high draft picks to take defense in with a high draft pick. Not right now because their defense is set and it's set for a few years. They don't have to worry right now. They'll take defensemen here and there. They're going for forwards and offense in the next couple of drafts. I think, and a goalie here and there, obviously. But yeah, it's going to be forward heavy drafts, I think. Because look, defense is set for a while, right? Not this season, obviously, but will be set for a while. Because look at there's a logjam right now on defense to see who's going to play this year. That's without Reinbacher, without Mailloux, without Hudson. Those three guys are coming, and those three guys are going to be in the lineup in the next 2-3 years, right? So yeah, they're set for defense. It's just who's going to be the depth and who. Some guys are going to have to be traded, and so we'll see how that works out. Well, Rick, it's not just because he's a good kid that he's going to be good. But Mailloux, has got talent. He's a little raw because he's underdeveloped. But it's not because he's a good kid. I believe that he made a mistake. He's rehabbed himself into being a better person, learned from it, and all that. And I'm good with that. But it's not just because of that he'll be good. Actually, it helps. It builds the character, though, right? And maybe that character that he's built out of that is what will get him through this time where he's struggling on the defense and trying, to get his game there. It'll get him through that, But he's definitely got defensive weaknesses. There's no doubt about that. Not all Quebecers eat poutine, Well, just that, of course, not all Quebecers. There's nothing that all Quebecers do. So, of course, some of us want to live longer. I eat poutine, but I don't eat it often. Funny thing was, I was gonna make some I made fries last night. I was gonna make a poutine, and I said, nah, I have everything here. But we have a guy like Michkov. His name is Cole Caulfield. I don't disagree with you. I think Cole Caulfield is. Listen, the way they're talking about Michkov, you'd think he's going to be better than Cole. But yeah, Cole Caulfield that's our guy, and that's another reason why it had to be in the equation of why they didn't take Michkov. Last time you went for a poutine, you had a euro instead. More healthy and cheaper. Of course, it's healthier, but it's not the same thing. It's totally different. I like both. And really, depending on where you get it from, some restaurants, I don't know that the euro is that much healthier. If Sagan was wild, Michkov is like a nightlife legend. How do you know this? This is something I never heard about Michkov. That's definitely not the knock on Michkov, is that he likes the nightlife and all that. I've never heard that. I think that's what it was about Sagan. I'm not 100% sure, though. Ellen Keefe sounds like a singer. Sounds more like an actress name, and I'm thinking of because of somebody with that as a first name, Kiefer Sutherland. But yeah, it does sound like that kind of a name. Ellen's been around for quite a while here, 3-4 years that I think I've seen her. Just that not lately, and it's good to see her back taking part. I haven't seen her out there in a while. Rick likes a poutine with a vodka, Red Bull, and a cigarette right after. A cigarette after. And it's no joke. My doctor asked me if I expect to live old. Well, yeah, because Red Bull and alcohol, not good. Energy drinks and alcohol, not good. Not a good combo. Should not do that. You really shouldn't do that. Alan, your name's not boring. Your name sounds like either like a famous writer or something like that. That's kind of what I think of when I hear your name. So no, it's not boring. It's simple, not a lot of syllables, but it's not boring. It's kind of not a lot of syllables. Ellen, it's 3 syllables, right? Ellen Keefe. But it's not boring at all. I would dare ask you, what do you do for a living? Because your name sounds like you write or you do something like that. Watch, I nail it. Just gonna say I'm an author. Watch. Gislain says got a Belle Provence at the end of the street, so not far away when you want a quick snack and in a hurry, but not healthy at all. So if that's where you're getting your gyro, I would check that. It might be healthier than a poutine, but not healthy. Well, Rick, where are you from that you don't have Belle Provence? We used to have one here in Dorval. I don't think there is. I think it closed. They tore the building that it was in down, and I don't think there's another one. Hey, Randy, how's it going, man? Offensively, Habs haven't shown us that the lineup can be the depth of the top guys if the top guys get injured. 100%. They don't have enough offensive depth. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah. I'm talking about what's here right now, right? What's here on the team. Offense is going to get, there's going to be more goals there. But you're right. It's, listen, they put 4 goals up tonight against Boston. But yeah, they have to, they've got the defense. It's set for a little while. They've got to work on getting that elite offensive talent in the pipeline. Wish your name was Luke Roy because it's short, but your name is unique. Yeah, it is. I don't know if there's a meaning for Gislain, but La Framboise, we know what that means, right? That's a raspberry, right? Well, framboise is a raspberry, so you're the raspberry. Gislain the raspberry, see. You live in Gaspésie. Oh shit! You don't have a Belle Provence in Gaspésie. Well, wait. Where's Gaspésie if it's not in Quebec? It's not in Quebec. Where do you live then? Where is Gaspésie? Is it in France? The real French? Gaspésie's in Quebec. What are you talking about? Oh, it's out towards Labrador that way? All right. Okay, but it's still you're in Quebec. There's no La Belle Provence out there. Huh. I guess over there, I mean it's got to be quite different, right? I guess. I've never been out there. Renegade Man, I've eaten from there and eaten in there many times at sources. And I think like if you order on Skip the Dishes or whatever like that, Belle Province from here, that's the closest one. So that's where you order from. It's just that we used to have one here, and it was in the mall, in the parking lot of the mall, a little building there. It had a few things in it, and they tore it down, and they're building something new now. So maybe they'll bring that back. I don't know. Well, I've like I said, never been out that way. So, but still, you're under the the go. So, although I don't know if New Brunswick government is any better. Eric, I don't think that price contract is giving them a problem right now, but you know, I don't think they're going to trade it. I don't think they're planning to right now. Truro, Nova Scotia, that's where Jeff was from. Gaspé is in Quebec, but so is Gaspésie. But I mean, it's not the same. Gaspésie, obviously, east near in the Maritimes. Gaspé, it's north Gaspé. And far, too. Both. I guess both Gaspé and Gaspésie are far from Montreal. Wait, Gaspésie is Gaspé is up north. Gaspésie is the area where you live, right? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think Gaspésie was a town. I knew that it was like that area, like, the Laurentians, whatever, those areas. I knew that, but I also knew it's not Gaspé. I've never been to either area. Like, I've never been to that area, and I've never been to Gaspé, but I know where they are. Well, I shouldn't say I knew where Gaspésie was. Now I know where it is. Oh, so it is over there. Oh, okay. So see, there you go. So wait, if Gaspé is north and you're east, that's not the same area. What are you talking about? I mean, I know where Rimouski is. But how can it be north? I mean, it could be northeast, I guess. I don't know exactly where Gaspé is up north. Okay, anyway. Um, Needless to say, geography wasn't my best subject in school. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Yeah, you're just naming things I don't know, so I'm not gonna know what you're talking about. It's not clarifying it for me. You know what I mean? If you're in Montreal, which direction is Gaspé? North. Is it northeast or northwest or due north? That would help. Twitter, I refuse to call it X, but Twitter is having a Bedard meltdown. I saw the one highlight that I talked about earlier. It was a pretty good highlight. All right, Rick's getting a geography lesson tonight. No worries, guys. No worries. I'm not going to go there probably, so it doesn't matter. How's that? Besides, anyway, time's up. I'm doing only an hour tonight because it started late, and we're at an hour, so there we go. Um, I'll be back on Monday. Tomorrow I am out all day, so I have a video I'm working on. I'm not sure. I guess hopefully Monday I get it finished at some point. But I'll be back Monday to do the game at 1:30 Monday afternoon. So if you're available and able to watch it, if you're not working or you're able to whatever, yeah, check it out. And we'll be. I think they're playing Ottawa, and it's the last game of this little tournament. And yeah, we'll have that on Monday. So enjoy the rest of the Saturday night. I thank everybody for being here. I had fun doing this. And that's it. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. Have a good rest of the night. Keep your sticks on the ice. Go, Habs, go. And have a good night. Ciao, everybody. Oh, and thanks to Andrew once again. Andrew for the dono. Ciao.